Hello, everyone, and welcome to IELTS Hanoi. My name is Patrick O'Grady, and today I think we've got an excellent lesson for you. We're going to be looking at some tips in how to get your IELTS score to above an 8.0 with a real guy who's got a score crazy high. This is Mr. Hoàng. Mr. Hoàng, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine today.
You're fine today. Good, good. Now, you did very well in your IELTS test recently, is that right?
Yeah, I got a 9 in reading and also a 9 in listening too.
And what was your overall score?
So I got a overall band score of 8.5.
8.5. Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that's really great. So, we got a lot of people out there. They're struggling. They want to do well on the IELTS as well. And I invited you in today to ask some of your advice. How did you do this? It's pretty amazing, and maybe we could talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so let's begin with the reading section.
Sure.
Okay, so a very important tip for that I can give you guys is about the process of answering the question in the reading section. So you begin the reading section by, first of all, skimming the article. So I know that a lot of examinees out there, they start off the reading section by reading intensively the entire article. And I think that that's not a very good thing to do because not only is it very time consuming, but it can cause a little bit of confusion as well.
So skimming an article. So what does that mean, skimming?
Well, skimming is actually one of the two most important techniques regarding reading in the IELTS.
Okay.
So skimming is basically going over the article very quickly. You only read the title and the topic sentence of each paragraph, so you have an idea about what the article is talking about and what is the topic of each paragraph.
Right. So how much time do you think you would spend skimming an article?
Well, considering that you only have to read only title and some of the topic sentence, it won't take you for more than 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and then we're moving on.
Moving on.
All right.
Yeah.
So skim the article quite very quickly, about 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Sounds like good advice to me. What's next?
Okay. So after skimming, we will move on to the question. So read the question carefully, and after reading the question, you should underline the keywords that are in the question, so that it can help you locate the information in the article.
Okay, so we skimmed the article, then we're going to skim the questions and underline the keywords. All right, and how much time are you going to spend on the questions?
Well, reading the question will take you no more than 1 minute.
So we're up to 3 minutes now.
3 minutes.
All right, what are we doing next?
Well, once you have located all the keywords in the question, you will go back to the article and then you scan the article for the keywords.
We're going to go back to the article and scan for the keywords that we underlined in the questions. All right. Good, good. Keep rolling. What else do you got?
Okay, so once you have scanned the article for the keywords, then you will begin reading intensively the part that contains the keywords, so that you can locate the information in the article, so that you can answer the question.
Okay. So now we're getting into the meat. We got to slow down a little bit and read a little more in detail to get the correct answer.
Yeah.
Okay. Good advice for reading. Anything else?
Well, a very common mistake that I have witnessed in a lot of examinees is that sometimes they forgot to transfer their answer to the answer sheet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because as we all know, in the listening section, at the end of the listening session, you have 10 minutes to transfer your answer to the answer sheet. But in the reading section, there are no 10 minutes for you.
Right.
So my advice is that after you have done all the question in one article, you transfer immediately to the answer sheets.
Right. So what do you think? How much time is it going to take to transfer your answers?
Well, after each article, I would guess that a minute for each article.
Okay. So I think a lot of people, you give advice that you've got 20 minutes to do each section of the reading test,
Yes.
but you don't really. You've only got 19 minutes and then 1 minute to transfer your answers.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I got to watch that clock for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent advice. I like it. I think these guys are going to like it as well. Do you have any other advice?
Well, okay, let's move on to the listening section. Okay, so the listening section, a very important thing that all examinees needs to keep in mind is that before the tape start going, there will be about up to 45 seconds, so that you can look through all the questions. And during those time, reading the instruction very carefully is a must.
Reading the instructions carefully is a must. I'm going to underline that with my strong tone. Yeah, I've certainly noticed that. We give a lot of practice tests out here at English Hanoi, and I'm always surprised at how people make silly mistakes for not reading the questions closely. If they're asking yes/no questions, sometimes they switch it, and it gets. These are easy mistakes to fix for sure, for sure. So read the questions closely. What else do you got?
Okay. So next, there are a lot of answers in the IELTS which can be predicted.
Predicting. Okay.
Predicting the answer.
What does that mean?
So, for example, let me give you an example. So, in a gap fill exam, gap fill part, there's a question like this: road, avenue. So, from that, we can deduce that what we need to fill out in the place, in the gap, will be a place.
Right. So, we're talking about listening. In the listening test, we've got a little time to read ahead, and we can see that maybe it says ... road, and we can guess, well, it's going to be a place. It's going to be a name of this road for sure. All right, good advice. Use your time carefully, and think about, plan ahead for the questions. Maybe a little bit of guessing is a good idea.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any other advice?
Okay, so in the IELTS, writing carefully and clearly is very important, because the examiners, what they're doing is that they're not trying to give you points. They are trying to take points away from you. So they are trying to find mistakes. And a golden rule in IELTS marking is that if an answer can be understood in two ways, that is the wrong answer.
Okay. Okay.
So what the examinees need to do is that they need to transfer the answers very carefully and clearly, so that the examiners can understand that, oh, this is this word, and not these words.
Okay. Good. Yeah, you got to be careful. One of the simple mistakes Vietnamese, or a lot of people learning English, not just Vietnamese, but they'll mishear that final S. And if you miss that S at the end, you're marked wrong. You're wrong. So be careful for sure. Great advice. I like it. Any more advice?
Okay. So a technique that I've recently learned is that you can use abbreviation in the listening section. And by abbreviation, I mean standard abbreviation, such as abbreviation for days of the week. For example, Monday, Tuesday, you can write at Mon and Tues.
Okay.
The abbreviation for months of the year, which is very important, especially when you're trying to write February, which is very easily mistaken for some people. You can easily write Feb, and everyone can understand it, and you don't have to worry about spelling it wrong or something.
So yeah, a little tip for people who don't spell very well. I like it. I like it. All right. I am a terrible speller, so anything like that is to fix my mistakes is always excellent. I like it. Good. All great advice. Anything else to cover today?
Well, I think that we should wrap things up here.
I want more tips, man. I want more tips. Great. Thank you very much. Well, that was a few tips and tricks on how to get a higher score on your IELTS If you liked what you saw today, hit the like button down below or hit the subscribe button down below. Make a comment, share it with your friends and family, and we'd appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.